Hey guys, what's up? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 in there if you could. That'd be appreciated. For some reason, I'm not hearing myself, but that's okay. I don't need to hear myself. But can you guys hear me? 5 for 5? Good. Good, good, good. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, guys, I believe it begins. Um, so I'm just going to kind of jump into it, I guess. Guys, I'm not going to be looking at the chat tonight. I need to get through this information and get going. I'll stop in and say hi to everybody after I get it all, you know, all good and good and good. If you know what I'm screaming. Let me put that down for a minute. I need to bring that back up like that. Bringing it back over to here. Okay. So, yeah, flare just happened. Most likely a CME with it, and that's what we're going to roll with right now. This just happened. It was almost a X-class flare, okay? But it did come from this bigger sunspot grouping now, okay? So this thing is right in front of us, and it's firing. It's being active. And so, yeah, that's what's popping right now. So let me play this for you so you guys can see it. Again, it's right here. I'm going to try to stay, again, like I said, guys, a little bit more focused. I do want to reiterate my chat rules real quick while this is being played. My chat rules are as such. No vulgarity. I trust my moderators, number one. Number two, you cannot speak negatively, especially when it's hateful, about another channel or another person. Okay? So what I'm saying here, guys, is it's okay to disagree with people, but when you start calling people names and being disrespectful and not sticking to like a subject, instead of attacking the subject, you're attacking the person. That doesn't work here, guys. Okay? Just want to let you guys know. So that is the deal with that. That's pretty much it. You guys are welcome to talk about and have any opinion that you have at all. You can speak it here in the chat, just as long as you're respectful with each other. It's okay to disagree, but please disagree in such a way that we can just have civil discourse like we're supposed to, right? So let me go back here for just a second here. So yeah, so this is the X-Class flare. This one here came from that one I showed you guys yesterday. We've had, another M-Class here. This one I think may have got to M1 just for a second. So what's that all mean, right? Well, this one here may mean a little bit different. So that's what I'm saying. This one here may be like just blasted out, right? And there could be a CME with it. There is a CME with this thing, I believe. I'm not sure if we're going to have a radiation storm with this yet. The radiation storm typically is on a delay. It'll be 20 to 30 minutes after this stuff happens, and the tools will start picking it up. If there's radiation, increased protons, we will see it here on the proton flux. All right. So let me get seeing how I showed you guys the flare already, I'm going to give you some more imaging here in just a minute. But I do want to put up the scales, okay, of what we can expect. Okay, we did get to R2, all right, which is limited blackout high frequency radio communications. I went over this yesterday. You guys can read that if you want to pause it and take a look at it or whatever. But it was just a smidge under the R3. So that's wide area blackout of high frequency audio communications. Low frequency navigation signals degraded for about an hour. The R3 ones, we can have, like, it can disorient the satellite, right? And if I'm being completely honest with you here, like I am all the time, so I think, because if you take this thing back a little bit before this flare happened, we had some controlled rolls on SDO. What that is, and I'll show it to you here in a second so people don't freak out when they see it. It is nothing nefarious. It's completely what they have to do to calibrate the satellite. All right. So let me show you what it looks like when they're doing a controlled calibration roll. I'm going to hit play right here and watch. It's going to be really, really obvious. This is a good one to show you because it's got this one does pick up the gases out pretty good here. See what it's doing? All right, that's a calibration roll. Now, I'm not sure if I don't think the whole satellite's turning. It could be. I just don't know. Or if it's each individual camera on here or whatever they're doing. I think the satellite itself actually has to do some sort of a calibrated roll. At least part of the satellite. Maybe it has like a motor or whatever on it, but the majority of the satellite stays still. But whatever the camera is mounted on rotates. That could be something like that. But regardless, that is something they do often. They have to calibrate it because it'll get out of position. It's just like, I don't know, if you guys have ever like dealt with like radio controlled anything like cars or what have you, every once in a while you got to hit home. What that's doing is it's telling that the computer that you got in your hand, a controller or whatever, that is 0, right? So it moves, it finds home, and then when you adjust it after that, it's going to go left, right, forward, back from that home position you just accepted. Yeah, I know, Tommy. You know what Tommy said to me, guys, after I got off stream over there with him? He's like, hey, we'll see you tomorrow unless something happens on the sun. And I swear to you, I mean, it was like he was prophetically saying it, because I went straight over and I looked, and we had just had this flare. It's kind of strange, but it works that way. So anyway, that's a calibration roll, guys. Nothing crazy there. Happens all the time. So, as we're moving, you can see that, right? I mean, that's just crazy. It's crazy looking, is what I'm trying to say. So I understand why people might think that that's something that it shouldn't be doing. But it's perfectly normal, okay? Oh, and something else before I get moving on here. Guys, Matthew Shipley did a really good job last night, okay? I know I showed you guys his channel yesterday. Let me show you his channel again today real quick, just because it's easy to get to, and he deserves a lot of this. It's a 24-hour live feed he runs. He's ex-military, and he's very, very smart dude. Okay? Why is that not... There it goes. Okay. But this is what you're going to get. He may be on here talking right now. I'm not going to, like, show you any of this stuff. I just want you guys to see what you get when you go over here. Really high-definition photos. This is live streaming, and when stuff like this happens, sometimes he'll come out and talk. But this is a 24-hour feed. So please go check him out. He did a really good job yesterday covering this. When we had the X-Flare yesterday, he went in some pretty in-depth stuff as far as why and how we might think a sunspot's going to, have flares, or if it's going to flare again. He went into some really good explanations. So if you're interested in that, please go check that out. But just the fact that, here, I'll maximize the screen here. Just the fact that the definition on a live stream looks like that, it's awesome. So just so you know, I don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the equipment to do anything like that. And it's awesome. So I would suggest you guys go over there and check him out. Okay, so here is the flare again. So let me zoom back in here real quick. And I guess what we'll do first, I'm sorry, I'm kind of throwing this together real quick because it just happened again, just like last night. This is the X-ray absorption. So what are we seeing? Hey, Ripper. Good to see you, bud. Hey, Keith. What's up, man? Hey, I just now seen your text. At least the last one that you sent. So, yeah. Anyway, just want to let you know. Hey, Whitetail. What's going on? Okay, chat back away. Here we go. So, this is the absorption, and we're talking about X-rays here, guys. This is in our atmosphere. our ionosphere, I believe, is where this one is. The section of our atmosphere it's actually picking this stuff up in. And you'll see it when we get radiation storms, because this a lot of times won't be there, but you'll see around our pole areas the proton increase there in our ionosphere there. So anyway, these are other little flares popping. Okay, and then bam. Now I have to say, this same area. Hey Randy. Hey Flamin', what's up? Love you, brother. The same area got blasted yesterday, right? It was kind of crazy, just to be honest with you. Oh, did I not share that link? I should have put that. Did I not push share? Hold on. I didn't, did I? All right, there's Matthew's channel. Sorry about that, guys. Wow, I can't believe I did that. But, yeah. So, okay, I'm going to address that one just real quick. I don't typically address comments, but the comment was made, fake news, we have magnetic fields, God created them for our protection, stop fearing the world and enjoy his creation, endure it well, put on your full armor of God. First thing I would like to say is we don't do fear here, period. Matter of fact, I take a lot of heat for not doing fear, just so you know. And you probably got 5,000 people that would back me up on that. The first thing I say when I come on here, this is not grid down. We're aware so we don't get a shock scare when something big does happen. Because it eventually will. We are overdue, and that's why we're talking about it. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, guys? So there is no fear here. Matter of fact, like I said before, I push the opposite direction so much more than what others do. Okay? I'm not going to come on here and tell you how to think. I'm not going to come on here any of that. And you're welcome to say those kinds of things. But if you're going to make an accusation about somebody trying to fearmonger, well, I'd really appreciate you if you just back that up with something. So, just letting you know. Because you're not going to find it. Because I don't do that here. Anyway, so this part of the world got blasted twice yesterday. X-class flare, M flare. Now, it's just radio blackout stuff, guys. Okay? There was no CME with those. Now, this one's going to be different, I think. Okay? You're going to get this almost X flare. I mean, we essentially could probably even call that an X flare. It's not. I mean, obviously, we're not going to call it that because it's not. It says it's an M-9. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, I still got him playing in the background. Okay. Yeah, he just popped on. So, yeah, Matthew's over here talking about it right now, too. So, you know, after I get done, rush over to his channel, guys. Please. You'll learn a lot over there. So, anyway. Back to this. Sorry about that. So, you're right, Julie. I don't. And guys, I'm sorry I kind of addressed that. That's one thing that really does bother me, because I do consciously try not to make anything fearful. That's why I tell you at the beginning, this is not grid down. If I think it's going to be grid down, I'm going to tell you. So, and anybody that says that about me probably hasn't watched the video. They see the thumbnail, they do that, and they don't see it. So, and I'm not mad. I'm just trying to, make sure that everybody knows that's what we're doing here. Hey, birthday. So anyway, again, I'm putting the chat away. Sorry, guys. I went off again. That's stupid. I need to just quit doing that. But geomagnetic activity. That's what we're going to be looking for in the future here. Okay? We've got coronal hole streams from coronal holes. And we'll look at the 211. See this? We're probably connected to that right now. The flare blew right here. And let me update this, because this just happened, just like it did yesterday, almost at the exact same time. So, watch what happens. Again, that's a calibration roll, is what that was. There it went. So I do think that this did fire a CME. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's powerful because I don't know. All right. And it does look to be Earth directed. Generally Earth directed, I would say. And again, I'm waiting on stuff to come in. It really is like that, guys. So watch what happens. You can see that right there. That's plasma leaving the sun. See that? And see how the atmosphere got disturbed? One thing I want to point out, though, we did not see some big, huge shock wave, at least yet, across the sun. So it does look like if anything left the sun here, it's going to be in a more concentrated form, like almost like a road flare, really, and like concentrated like ball stuff. Not really so much ball, kind of like a 45-degree bow, I guess you could call it. Kind of like when we look at the magnetosphere, the bow shock type of thing. But it's going to be pretty concentrated, it looks like. Now, that blew off that way, so this may not hit us, but it's coming in our general direction. If this thing misses us and it's not very big, it's probably going to go north of Earth. Okay? And again, we're not going to have any updates as far as the models go. It's just too early. Okay? They will, man, daggone. Is this thing going to, there we go. About time. But you can see R3 storm. That was from the X-flare. We had an R2 storm from this one. If we get up into X-flare, bottom end of X-flare is a R3 radio blackout. That's how they do that. Okay? You can see how they relate the class of flares. Well, here, directly to the storm levels. And again, it's just like a thunderstorm warning system, guys. The higher it goes, the more severe it is. So, anyway, that's what's going on there. Now, I have to say, remember me talking about this. See this? 75% chance they're forecasting from right now, 3 days ahead from now. So that would make it 5-6 days in a row. They're forecasting at least a 75% chance of an R1 or R2. Well, we can take today and just say 100% because it happened. That was on the 21st. So that one definitely was correct. So if we go back here and we look at this, S1 would be a level 1 like radiation storm. Okay, we got a 5% chance of that is what it says here. They're forecasting. And then if you want to go up here, you can see the estimated KP levels, which is what we get when we get coronal hole streams, CME hits. This would be geomagnetic storm levels. Okay, they're not really forecasting anything, but they haven't taken into account for this one yet. It hasn't updated yet for this one. So, roughly, usually between 2 to 5 days, these things get here, depending on how fast they are. So, if it's even coming directly at us, and I don't want to lead people the other direction on that, because it could be going it could be going north of us, or even to our north. If you're talking about space, it would be northeast because it's backwards. East-west is backwards when we're looking into space. So we'll take a look at Stereo A here, the updated info here on it. This is looking at the sun from the side. Well, kind of like a 45-degree angle now. Earth is over here, way over there. Okay. So we're not seeing anything popping up yet. Okay. So, and I wouldn't expect it to right now, because this is a black occulter disk. That's a physical disk. The surface of the sun is here. This thing fired off at what time? Let me look. That fired off at 1:59 UTC. Okay, so why is that? Why do we look at that? Well, let me show you why. Because we can match up the times here. These are UTC. So at 2:24 is our latest capture here. So it's not enough time for us to be able to see anything yet. But I can tell you that it's not going off the backside. Obviously, it happened right in front of us, essentially. So are we going to get a CME from it? Don't know yet. That this is stuff that's going to have to be looked at the data as it comes in. Okay, and I know it sucks to have to do stuff like that, but man, that's what we do, right? You can't not do that, because then you're just out here, like people were saying earlier, fear mongering. If I was out here doing that, I'd have said that this was like, oh no, Mr. Bill. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I want to show you guys if it shows it. Yep, right there. You see that? That's the X flare yesterday. Okay? Or the second one was. Sorry. Might have even been the third one. Hold on. Okay. But this here is what fired today. Right here. Now, it's interesting. If you watch the lines of magnetism, watch when this thing fires off, you'll see a connection line right here kind of shoot across. Right about, see that? I know it's hard to see. Little blink right there. That's connected to that. So we got plasma traveling there, and that is a plasma is nothing more than charged gas, guys. Okay, it has a polarity, negative or positively charged, depending on what we're talking about. So let me see how this all reacts. And then, here we go. Right there. Okay? That's the X flare again. So, let me zoom in here. Oops. And if I'm going to be like just straight up with everybody right here on this one and just give you my opinion, I don't think this is it. Okay? I honestly do think we're going to see more. I don't think that we're going to get out of this with just this one. Okay, it's just the Sunspot grouping here is just too big, starting to become more complex, and when that happens, it starts firing like it is. But notice once this thing fires, you actually see plasma leave even on this angstrom of gas. This is 94 angstrom. So. Right. See how you kind of see it there? Now, if we're just judging by angle here, that may miss Earth. I don't know. The X-ray already hit. The flare hit. But if you're just going to go off this is from our perspective on SDO. Sits out in front of the Earth satellite, and it travels with us around the sun. But it's always looking at the sun. That's its main mission. So, we go over here. Now, seeds is where we get the black and white views, and we're not going to have any update on that right now. Not even a chance of having that updated. That thing it lags behind something fierce. But we'll try, I guess. So let's take a look at the 304, because this one really shows us most of the time it really shows if plasma leaves the sun. Hey, Ryan, what's up? AIG. Kathleen, Carolyn, good to see you. Stephanie, what's happening? Let this thing update just for a second, guys. And I'm going to zoom in. And, guys, I'm sorry. I wish I had the definition that Matthew Shipley does over there. I wish I had the equipment like that. I just don't. I try to broadcast in as high definition as I can, but he's doing it in 4K, if not more. I think YouTube will let you, if you're just coming from your house, you might be able to do 8K now. I don't know, but if you look at the difference between 4 and 8K, you almost can't even tell the difference anymore. There is a difference, but it's harder to see. So this is that big sunspot grouping. Let's just run it through here. Okay. That's that controlled roll. Or maybe it got bumped and the satellite had to roll. I don't know. And it was calibrating back. That happens sometimes. Okay. So, you guys see what I mean about how we can tell if plasma's leaving the sun on this one? it does look as though it did. But it also looks like if it did, it may not be coming directly at us, even though this is in front of us. Okay, so let me back it off here. So the flare starts to erupt. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to zoom you guys all the way in. How about that? Let's just get all up close and personal here. All right. How's that sound? Okay, so we're going to be, it's not going to be hard to see. Right here where my cursor is. Okay, so starts right here at the base. Okay, you definitely see the X-rays. That's how the camera picks it up, that X pattern. And just because it's in an X pattern, don't make it an X flare. Because this isn't. This is an M-9 flare. But you see how that twists out? And you can see here the darker shadows. Daggone it. Sorry, guys. I hate it when I do that. Man. Hold on. Sorry. Again, whether it got bumped and then did a control roll or if they were just calibrating it, that's what that is. So, anyway, we'll watch it here. But you see the dark shadow kind of flip out right here? That's plasma, guys. That's what filaments look like when they're lifting off the sun, too. But this one blasted out. So, you know, given a general direction here, you can see it spinning, too. Now, again, the sun's the background here. We don't have black space behind here. So it's hard to see all of it. But like I said a minute ago, I didn't really see a shockwave per se on the 211, the purple version. And, you know, so I don't know if it really, if the CME with this was really all that powerful or big. And the reason why, because the atmosphere here didn't move too much. So let me, you know, guys, I've shown you flares before that you definitely could see the corona of the sun just open up and like go all the way across the sun. I mean, I think you've all seen me show you guys that. So let me, well, I'm just going to leave it on that zoom. So again, it happens right here. But what we're looking at is like the haze here, the corona. We want to see if it shot through the sun or not. And it doesn't look like it had a whole lot of that. So, you know, maybe this is more like a, because you can see it go from here to here. So maybe this is more of a filament releasing with an, you know, from the flare than a quote unquote CME. A filament releasing is basically a CME. It's plasma getting shot out into space. Okay? And I know I'm pretty layman's terms there. I'm not going to go into detail because we don't need to. You know, unless we need to. But this is so everybody can understand and get a view of what I'm talking about here. But you can see that it did disrupt it a little bit, but it didn't go this way. So that's kind of leading me to think that maybe it might be going north of Earth, or maybe to our would be to our east, to the left. Don't know. But one thing I will say here, guys, I don't think this is its last attempt, I guess is what we'll say. I don't. I really think that this one here is going to give us more. So you can kind of even see the shadow even better when I zoomed out. Ain't that funny how that works sometimes? Let me zoom in a little bit here. But you can kind of see that right there, that plasma. And watch this. What I'm going to do, if it'll let me, I'm not sure if it'll let me play it in reverse. Nope. I thought it did, but it don't. Anyway, so that goes like that. We'll go reverse. Right? I mean, it's cool nonetheless. So let's see if LASCO C2 is picking it up. This is on the SOHO, which is an observatory satellite. Again, sits out in front of Earth. But this one's kind of like a million miles closer to the sun. It orbits with us around the sun, but it's a million miles closer to it. So how far did that get you? Well, it made it to the 159, but let's see if it. You see that? Watch this. Watch this get a little bit brighter right at the end. Okay, you'll see it kind of grow just a little bit right there. See that? Right on the last image. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not, but you can see that kind of growing right there. That's coming from that. So what we're going to be looking for, and what's got me thinking that this may still be coming at us, is that it's almost like we can see it disrupting down here too, which would be a partial halo effect. Yeah, I definitely see stuff kind of starting to poke out. Now, I want to say, guys, this is really early on. And I would come back on or do this a little bit later, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay awake. I'm going to try to, just to see what we got going on. But at the same time, I'm not going to promise. I'll try to come back and take a look at this here in a few hours just to see if we got anything else going on with this. But yeah, you can see, guys. Whoa. Look at those big old loops, man. Wow. Very photogenic right there. But do you see how all that got active, all that plasma and stuff? That's when it gets real bright. And if you pay attention, you see where it goes here to here. Right? That loop. Let me show you something. Here to here. That's where it's reacting right there. That's the connection line it's making. Hold on a minute. That almost looks like it went from here to here. I'm not going to say for certain, but daggone it, that's what it looks like. Let's take a look at that again. That's interesting. From here to here. I guess I could do an overlay, but I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, because that's the other spots right here. So I do think it's from here to here. So that's like these two sunspots are now interacting with each other. That's what that looks like. Looks like that completed its reconnection right there, and that's what happened. So let's see what else we got. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do here. You guys want to see anything specific? Here, let me pull the chat back up. All right. I'm going to put the chat back down. Hold on. That's pretty cool, isn't it, Tommy? All right. I'm going to put it back down. Hello to everybody that I can't see right now. I got to stay focused, guys. This thing will take forever. All right. So, yeah, again. So, let's see what if they're even mentioning it yet. This is spaceweather.com. Let's update that. No, they haven't updated yet. So we'll see. But they're talking about the day previous here, right? 6 M-class flares, an X2 class. So they're telling you all this activity. So I tell you what we'll do. Let's do this real quick. And again, guys, I'm sorry you're having to watch me do it this way. I like having everything staged. It's just things happen so fast I didn't have time. So this is on the 20th. All right. Thanks, Murph Dog. Anybody else I missed in there? All right, chat back away. Whenever I switch screens, sometimes I'll try to peek at the chat. So this is today. So you can see that, you know, that's from the X and the M class flares, right? So let's go to the previous day. And this is on the 19th. And again, that last one, that last eruption you're seeing over here was the other M class flare. All right, let's go to the 18th. And I'm showing you guys all this just to show you how active the sun is. So, and this day here on the 17th was blowing everywhere. You see that other X class flare? You'll see it right there. Okay, that was an X class flare too. So, all right, pull the chat up for a second. All right. Angel asks, maybe you can talk about the planet conjunctions. Yeah, the planetary alignment does matter, guys. I'm not going to go too much into detail because that's a big subject. But yeah, if you look at planetary alignments and conjunctions and patterns and stuff like that, it most definitely does follow those kinds of things. Okay? And then what was the other one here? Cindy Lou, is UT normal for them to... Is it normal for them to interact with each other, the sunspots? Yes, that's a normal thing. That's that's what, if you guys have ever heard me say, chat back away, by the way. If you've ever heard me say, hey, this sunspot needs friends to play with, that's what I'm talking about. It needs friends to play with. So when that stuff starts interacting with each other without going into some really, really in-depth conversation, definitely that's what it takes to have these explosions all the time. So, yeah. So, and again, guys, I have to say this, right? This is, we're not doing any fear here, because there's not. This is nothing to be scared about. For a couple reasons. The main reason is we can't control it, right? So, what do? Well, anything that we could have done to help our situation should have already been done, if there's going to be a situation. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So if you weren't ready for like any type of emergency, is what I'm trying to say, you can't prepare for an emergency after it happens. Now you're reacting instead of being proactive. So, and people ask me, how do you prep and do all this kind of stuff? Well, the first thing I would say is go over to Rip's channel. So that's what I'm saying. Go to Rip Curl Readiness. You guys will learn a lot of prep and stuff over there, and it's good, honest information. And he's just trying to help, and he's a great guy. I love him to death. And here's the thing. I tell people, prepare to the level that you think you need to go, whatever level that is for you, right? And then go one step further. That's how I do it. And now I can go into my, lay down at night and feel okay, right? Knowing that if something does happen, I've done what I could. And it takes stress off of you when you know that you've done what you could have. Because anything after that, you couldn't have done anything about anyway. Just saying. So, yeah. But I do appreciate you guys. I really do. I'm glad you guys are stopping in and checking it out and everything. So, and I really do appreciate it. Okay. So, let's go here. And again, spaceweather.com, guys. Go check them out. They do a lot of good work over here. I know I say that in every video, but I highly agree with what they say over here most of the time. They do so much great work over here. They deserve the traffic. That's why I don't want to just like sit on their page. I don't think it's right. Even though if I put it out there, I could sit there and leave that page up all day long, and just as long as I'm talking about it, that falls under fair use. Um, I'm not going to be able to. I wouldn't. It's just something I don't do. I think it's disrespectful. That's what I'm trying to say. Lights on, Ben. Yeah. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. Mark, Renee, the guy. Shasta, what's up? John, what's up, man? Yeah, and I would say this too, guys. Over on Marfugal, I'm sure he might even be live now. I'm not sure if he's doing a show tonight or not, but I think he partners up with EMP Shield, and I know that there's a lot of opinions on that, but that's an avenue you could go down. You guys could check that out. Go over to Marfugal, use his code, and you'll get discounts and everything else. So that's definitely what I would suggest. I don't have an EMP shield, but I've actually looked at them. I thought about getting one, and again, nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, you need this 100%." Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's up to you to decide. I'm just sharing the info, right? But Adam and Dex have done a lot, and they've done a lot for me. And Scott, Planet X News, has done a lot for me too. He's now getting back to doing videos, and again, guys, go check him out. Got some really good definition pics and stuff going on, and I'm telling you, yeah. So go check it out. And again, Matthew Shipley, right there, awesome channel. You can't get, I mean, honestly, guys, doing live and talking over here, and he explains everything. If you want to know like the details, he goes into the details. I'm not sure I could do it. I could learn it at that level. It would take me forever. He's already there. So please go check it out. Hey, Brenda. Good to see you. Holly, what's happening? Angel. All right. So, let me I'm going to do this too. I'm going to share something with you guys, and I'm sharing this because, well, here, just hang with me for a second, and because this is something personal for me, right? Guys, Tommy, my brother's over here. I mean, that's my brother. Rip's my brother. Trinity's my sister. I'm telling you guys, we're all family. And Angel, now listen. I'm going to be sharing my story as far as my pill addiction and my recovery over here on the lifeboat. All right. We just did a live stream today, and I would really hope that you guys would check it out. And the reason why is because it was a good one, number one. Number two, it'll give you a chance to check it out, because I'm going to be going over here on, even though me and Tommy run this channel together, I'm going to be sharing my story over here on Friday. So if you guys want to know more about what was going on with me in that time of my life, come over here and check me out. I share. Oops. Crap. I just knocked everything out of there. You believe that? What the heck? What the heck? Just a second, guys. Sorry, guys. My back. Hold on. Man, hold on a second, guys. Wow. Oh, it's doing that one. What the heck? Hold on. I'm coming. I promise. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I am sorry. I hit the X instead of like the minimize button. That was stupid. Hey, Tommy, you ain't the only one that does that. Just letting you know. Hey, yeah, stuff happens for sure. Anyway, I'm going to be over here sharing my story of addiction, and I meant to do this is what I meant to do. Okay, but please, guys, come check it out, and here's the link. Paste. There's a link to it, to the channel. It's actually to this video here, but I'm going to be going over here on Friday at 9 o'clock, and I'm there every night anyway for an hour. Me and Tommy do a live stream over there talking about recovery and addiction, and I'm going to share my story. I haven't done that over there yet. Okay, and I've got a pretty powerful story. It's something that I'm passionate about because it affected me in a really big way. So let me pull back up this real quick, and it does look like the X flare is tailing off now, or the M-9 flare. I don't think we're having anything going on right this second as far as another flare. Let me pull this back up right quick, like. But I am sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, Lordy, help me. Help me, help me. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry, that kind of threw me off there a little bit, didn't it? All right. So, let's do this. I want to show you guys this one more time because this is something that's, it's popping right now. But there's really not a whole lot more to show you guys tonight, and I'm just being honest. That's what's going on right now. So I don't want to waste your guys' time either. So what I'm going to do here is I'll show you the flare one more time because it's powerful, it's impressive. We may have a CME with it. I do think there was a CME with this, and that's what's going on right now, guys. Please go check me out on the Lifeboat. Go check out Rip, Trinity. Please go check out Matthew Shipley. He's live right now, I think. Probably talking about the same thing. Adam and Dex over on Marfugal. Scott over at Planet X News. Check them all out, guys. Please. Listen to everybody. Any information, even if it sounds way out in left field. Right? Or if it sounds mainstream. Listen to all of it. Because I'm telling you, the truth's going to fall where those things overlap. So we need good civil discourse, able to talk to each other and be respectful. And we also got to understand that, guys, we don't know everything, right? The second, I tell my kids this, the second you think you know everything is the second you stop learning. You will learn nothing else after that. And that's sad, in my opinion. So, anyway, anyhow, anywho, I am definitely going to go ahead and pop on off out of here, guys. So, thanks for stopping in. God bless. Yahusha saves. And if anything else goes on, I'll be back, guys. You could drink this Kool-Aid.